Hello there everyone, Ash and Flash here, and welcome on into a early LEGO Harry Potter 2025 set review. Today we're looking at set number 76457. This is the Hogsmeade Village Collector's Edition set. Has 3,228 pieces, is retailing for $399.99 USD or $489.99 Canadian beginning on September the 1st. This was sent to me early by LEGO Inland to do a review for, and I'm excited about this. One of the first sets that I was ever sent by LEGO was actually the Diagon Alley set, and it can combine with this set. And also, I'm going to actually be visiting this again. So I'm so excited to experience the location again. And you can see all the characters that we're getting. They're not the greatest choices. And spinning it around here on the back, you could see the back interiors here. Again, very much like that Diagon Alley set. You've got a little carriage, some of the interiors being shown. But let's go ahead. Let's build this. It's really cool how this set's designed. There's actually 30 bags for this. Unfortunately, not an advent calendar, but there's 10 bags per base plate and section with 3 individual instruction manuals as well, and 3 unique sticker sheets for each of the sections. So just taking a closer look at the instructions here, you could see each of the sections. On the back, you've just got what the back interior looks like for each of them here. But starting things off in the first book here, you can see that they do have some little reference images, including the sign there for Hogwarts and Hogsmeade, and you can pause and read if you want. Here's all the previous Hogsmeade sets, which is interesting that they're showcasing an advent calendar in that anniversary set. The Revelio's cute, so you can see all the shop names here as well. They did a similar thing for the Micro Diagon Alley in that booklet. You can see Hogsmeade there, some of the reference images here, including what ties into the gift with purchase that's running. There is actually this collectible one when you purchase this set specifically, but there is one for Harry Potter purchases of 130 US or 170 Canadian, which review is out right now if you want to see that. All right, so here it is built. I'm really blown away by this. I think the build for this is really great. The designs for this, it's a very wizardy world with all the curves and angles. Like, there's a lot of different things that I didn't even realize how they were built when I was first looking at the original images. It's very impressive. You can find time codes and chapters down below if you want to hop around to the specific shops. Each of them will go through, and the minifigures as well as the side build. But first I want to show you how this is a modular and how you can connect it to one another and different setups that you can have. All right, so this is actually a modular in the sense that you can separate this into 3 individual sections here. You're also able to actually combine and connect this. So if you want, you can move these around like this, have the 2 red buildings next to each other. Again, I could just spend time switching these around and moving them around. So just to show you up close, the connection points, they're a little different than other sets. You've got a 1x4 spot there with the 3 technicals, and then you just put the pins there in one of the sides and you push them together. But I do want to mention something else really cool is that you can actually connect this with the other Diagon Alley sets. So all 4 of those shops and Gringotts. It may not make sense, but if you did want to include Ollivanders, you could include that here too. I think this is my favorite way to display this. There's no official connection point here for you to display it like this, but all of the shop signs and everything here, it just looks so cozy, and I love the vibe that this gives off here with this street. And I think I might have said this probably back with Diagon Alley. This was the best way to display that too. It just feels like such a complete street that you make there as well. It's a lot of fun. All right, so here is the first section here, mostly being taken up by Honeydukes because it is one of the most famous shops here from Hogsmeade. You do get 2 more little things here that I'll show you in a bit, but just to show you spinning it around here, you can see that there's also this interior which looks really cool, and let's go through each of the shops. So each section is on its own little base plate, and you can see that we've got a similar sort of pebble and rock cobblestone design that we saw with Diagon Alley, which I think looks really good. But there's one big difference here. We've got all of this snow on the dark tan there covering that up, which I think looks really great as you continue through here. I love the look of that. Over here, we've got a lamppost in the exact same spot on all 3 of the base plates. Sort of reminds me of like how modulars have a specific lamppost. But over here, we have a little spot to get water. You could pretend that you move this up and down, as well as a little trough. I guess that's more for the horse. Might be wondering what this is over here. This is supposed to be the lollipop that Harry steals from Neville. On the side here, we've got all these vines covered in snow, as well as a little bit of like the rocks. But you've got here a missing Remembrall, which is funny. And you've also got a Quidditch World Cup poster there, a Gilderoy Lockhart poster in the back, as well as Ollivanders, which I really wish that maybe someday we'd get the Hogsmeade version of his shop. Up above that, you've got another big panel, but no sticker. No references here on this side of the wall. I guess we'll start with the owl post, go left to right here. I love the look of this. It's actually on an angle. It's really difficult to see, but it actually juts out a little bit. And I love that they designed the buildings on an angle. That, to me, just feels very Wizarding Worldy, and it makes it just stand out. If it was all just, following the exact same Lego dimensions and everything, it would be so boring, but this really makes this come alive. You can actually really see it here when you open up the door. You can see how it's covering up a little bit of the Dervish and Banges there. But anyways, you've got a sticker there for the owl post, and up above that, you have some of the curved window pieces, which didn't exist with that original Diagon Alley, and they're being put to use here really well. You've also got 2 stickers there for the owl post. I think this gives you a good sense of like the angle that this is on. But anyways, you've got all this snow piled up on the top part of this roof. Maybe it isn't snow, but anyways, you do have this little spot up here at the top for owls to come and go as well, which I think is really cute. Anyways, now let's step inside the owl post. The inside here, you could see that there's actually this 4x4 sticker here for the map of Britain. And I'm not sure what all those dots are. Sometimes designers like to point and add little references to like where they're from. You have a letter there, as well as over here in this corner, you have one owl for the owl post, which is so disappointing. And then you've also got a cash register in the back. Here you've got so many letters here. Oh my goodness, all piled up, which looks crazy. You've even got this junk mail letter there that's from last year's Winter Village set. You've got a little letter in the back there, a handwritten one, same one that's up at the top there. And then also, I really like the little mail slot there, how you've got all 4 colors for the 4 Hogwarts houses. Here in the corner, we've got this sign for Dervish and Banges there, as well as a little lantern out front. Coming up a little higher, like that window, as well as the point here and the little snow in the corners. But you've also got this cool sign sticking out there as well on this little 2x3 with the clips attached and the spoon being attached there as well to have it holding up the sign. You're going to see that a lot in the set. Now, let's step inside. Stepping inside here, you can see we've got a poster for Sneakoscope, which are the things actually in behind here, this Remembrall, I think. You've also got a little light there, and then you've got the Remembrall piece here as well. Up above this, we've got 2 boxes, a little cauldron, and a trophy, and then on top of that box is this compass. This looks really great. I love how you've got all those little telescope pieces being used to hold up these curved window parts, which look amazing. The stickers here look great too, I think, for Honeydukes. There's this one piece here. I don't know if you could see that. It's really off-colored there, like mismolded, the pink. But anyways, you could see we've got another Honeyduke sign there and the same stickers over there on the other side. And that trim continues onto the side, which I think is really cool. I love this piece being used. That's actually a broom handle there, how that looks and works for some drainage pipes. I wish that it sort of connected a little more. I don't remember what it was. You're going to see this a lot in the set. Some of them don't connect to anything, but there was a set recently that really impressed me with that. The design for this section is just amazing. This just gives you a sense of like what you're going to see for all the snow work here. Speaking of snow, using this piece from Snow White is really cool. I love how that looks. And this is one of the many angled chimneys in the set, which I think looks really perfect. And using the little bowl pieces on top is a really cute design choice. I love the little handle pieces being used for like a window on the side there. I think that's really smart, as well as you've got a really intricate build there for the Honeydukes sign. Anyways, let's go ahead and step inside now. All right, so the inside here is packed with just so many different colorful things. You can see the shelf is fully stocked here. You've also got on the floor there a box of fizzing Whiz-Bees. You can see these shelves are actually able to be detached really easily so that we can look at them better. I think you've got a bunch of different candies up top there, as well as here. You have a sticker there for exploding bonbons. Removing the other section, you've got more exploding bonbons there, another sticker. Those lollipops that you saw before outside that's floating away. This whole machine is actually called Eyeball Bonanza. It's a little dispenser, which I think is really interesting. The rest of the shop here, we've got a chocolate frog, as well as there on the window. I don't know if you can see. Oh, you can. It's a chocolate frog trading card. I think that's supposed to be like a chocolate fountain there, and you've got some ice cream in the corner. You have a cash register in the corner with a new sticker, a doubloon, and then also this really cute little scale build there using the teacup piece there in light gray. Over here in the corner, you could see we've got this sticker there for self-baking flour. You've got a frying pan up above this oven, and then in the corner, you've got some faucets, some sugar skulls, a cup, and a bottle. And if you open this up, you can see there's actually a chocolate frog in the window. You've got all these little canisters and different things. Something, I think, is brewing in what's supposed to be probably a little cauldron or a pot. You have the same self-baking flour and this clock. All right, let's look at the next section here, which is of the 3 broomsticks. The design here is really interesting. First of all, the panels are not actually fully attached, which I like and don't like at the same time. Like, it's nice that you could easily remove this to gain access to the different rooms here as well. But at the same time, that means that they're just not attached like the other one. So I don't know how I feel about that. I'm really conflicted. All right, so up at the top, you've got a normal chimney as well as some crooked ones here as well on the sides. The roofs are interesting here too. You've got some snow piled up there and this little peak, as well as I like the wood beam going across there. And on the other side here as well, this is a little bit bigger because there's no chimney here, so it goes all the way back 8 studs. I think that looks really nice. You even got little bits of snow here collected too, which I think is cute. A little bit lower, you've got another spot here for the windows, again with that plank going across. And this is, to me, one of the most interesting design choices here for this. So the windows, you actually build them all like this, folded downwards. And then when you place it, they then tell you to bend them back up. So when you bend it back up, you could see there's actually a gap left here for this section. But for this one, there's not. So that it creates this really interesting little angle there for that. Again, just making this feel so asymmetrical there and adding to the wizarding sort of world effect. But I love this, how this lines up so perfectly with that spot. And then the same for the other sections as well. And you do the same thing over here. I don't think there's anything quite off angled like on the other side, but you still do and repeat the same sort of thing on this side. Nothing too much going on here except this lantern, and down below, down here, you've got a wanded poster there for Finmer Greyback, a logo there for the Ministry of Magic, as well as the Quibbler. I'm trying to see, you've got some little wizard card there as well. And this gate here is actually the gate that the trio tried to escape through. That's what the Lego designer said. And the other side, again, nothing going on up here, but down here, you have a big pile of snow, which I really like how that looks. And then also you've got a little poster there for the Leaky Cauldron in London. You have 1 nut subscription for the Daily Prophet and a little quill there. I'm not sure what the poster is in behind that. I didn't even really talk about the snow effect there on the roofs. That looks really great, how it all collects in different spots. Over here at the point, you've got some more snow and a similar design where these points meet. I like the little triangle piece there. I think that's really smart with sort of antlers there, as well as the 3 broomsticks and how those are built. I think is really, really smart. You could see, I'm just going to remove the sign, just the snow, as well as some shingles up there. You've got this pole here with 2 signs, one pointing towards Hogwarts and the other towards Hogsmeade Station, which is really cool because the designer of this set got to design the last Hogwarts Express and Hogsmeade Station. You could sort of turn this and angle them as well. You notice the stickers are a little off color. That's because they're printed on a reflective sheet that you'll see why later on. Over here, we've got that same lamppost, but you've got a bench here out front and some snow in behind, as well as here you could see that we've got the broomstick for the drainage again. We've got all the snow piled up here in the front, and also there's little lanterns on the ends there. We've also got this sticker here for the menu, and then you step inside through the door, and then you're transported inside the 3 broomsticks. Like, I look at this and I see the movies, I see the Universal restaurant too. It looks amazing. I really like this piece here, the sort of horn being used to hold everything up in quotations. You've also got the lanterns there up on top. I love that chandelier. You've got the same thing over here on this side. Here on the second floor in the middle, you've got this fireplace with some more antlers, a little checkered carpet and everything. I think that looks nice, but I wish that there was like a ladder or stairs that could unfold to get access to this level, because that's something that the other Diagon Alley had. In this corner here, we've got the menu there with pea soup, shepherd's pie, fish and chips. You've got a bowl there as well as a doubloon and a cash register sticker. In the back, you've got a little butterbeer advertisement that's reflective. You've also got a pumpkin, a cookie, and something on the stove in the back. And over here in this corner, this is probably where you could place Dean and Ginny if they were included and have them snogging. But you've got 2 butterbeers there, which look really great. That piece was introduced in the Harry Potter minifigure series 2. And you've also got another butterbeer sticker there as well. I'm just going to remove the top part there. I'm not sure why it does that, but for light to get through, you can see you've got a seat there. And on the table, you've also got a lantern and a cookie. Over here, we've got a fireplace with some antlers, and I think that's to stoke the fire. You've also got a carpet and this seat. There's also some portrait there on the wall. Not sure who that is supposed to be. Over here, we have a bathroom, which has a faucet as well as a sink. And then on the other side, a toilet in sand green, same color as the one from 4 Privet Drive this year, same designer. You've got some toilet paper. And then also there, a 2x2 tile of the Shrieking Shack. This top section does not have much going on. You've got a silver mug, a bowl, and a little seat, but that's pretty much it for this room. And then up top here, you could see, just opening the roof a little bit, you've just got this one singular bottle. I think they could have put some stuff in here, cardboard boxes belonging to some random person. I don't know. It just seems empty. All right, so here is the third and final section here. It's sort of split mostly in 2, where half of it's dedicated to the Hogshead and another half to Zonko's, and a little tiny shop in the middle. Unlike the other sections, there's nothing going on here on the side. This I'll show you a little bit later, but there's no stickers or references being hidden or covered up when you attach this. Same over here, but this does give you a good sense of this incredible angle. Like, I really did not notice this in the original press images. Like, this is so cool. Look at that sticking out there. You could see how that lines up. All right, looking at the Hogshead here, looks great. You've got this banner up there, which I love the sticker for that. It's so detailed. These little pieces underneath there look great for some detailing. These pillars look awesome, as well as you've got a little owl post mailbox there as well that you could deliver your letters to. Just a little bit higher, I really like this big spot here where the window is jutting out. I think that looks great, as well as this little piece there for that design for the window looks amazing. Love all the snow, how it's all sort of falling off the top there. A little higher up, you've got just this plain chimney, which is fine. I like how this point meets here really well. Looking at the roof, I love this little spot there for the snow. I think that looks great. You've got some more shingles, and this light gray trim looks really nice too, how that meets up at the top there. You've got another little wooden beam going across there. Looking at this side of the roof, it looks very similar to the other side. We're ready to step inside here. This looks amazing. I really love the Hogshead build there. I think that looks amazing with the tusks, the taps there as well. I think the piece used for the bar is so interesting because when you open the door here, it actually can swing out, versus if it was a 2x6, you wouldn't even be able to open the door. And then everything would be so much more cramped. In the corner here, you've got this spot there to sit, eat the cookie with the mug. You've also got a seat. And then also Ariana Dumbledore there. The portrait looks so cool. And you could even open it. And this ties into the gift with purchase that's running at the same time, which if you want to check out my review, that'll be out now as well. Also, just to show you here, the portrait leads out into the alleyway. All right, so up on this second floor here, you've got this similar design to the carpet that you saw in the 3 broomsticks, but you've also got 4 seats here. This is for Dumbledore's Army's secret meeting. You've got some lights there, as well as at that table, you've got a quill. What's that tile? It's this awesome tile of Dumbledore's army with all the different signatures there. This obviously isn't everybody. In the very top, we've got this single really big bed with a little nightstand with a lamp next to it. I think that's a really great build using that regular dish plate piece. Out in the front, we've got this wanted poster there, a warning that Sirius Black has escaped from Azkaban. That looks great. I love the build for that. And just to remove this, tucked away in the middle of these two shops is Scrivenshaft's Quill shop there. You've got some windows up above that. It's hard to see in the corner there, but you do have this sign there as well for the shop and the roof too. There's a little bit of snow in the corner there. You've got a basic small thin chimney. But now let's go ahead and step inside. You can see we've got 3 quills there with 3 different ink types, red, blue, and black, a light in the corner. And on that wall there, we've got this 2x4 tile with a sticker that says, "Test your quill, Slytherin rules." Clearly, Draco left that there. On the second floor, you've got, I think, some books stacked on top of each other with a quill, a little typewriter in the corner. You've got a lot of stickers out front. You've got jokes, tricks, Zonkos, toys, and games, and then also all these windows. You've got this skull peering through, and you can see some of the stuff that's on sale. Also above that, you can see that there's this little hanging sign there with a face that says tricks and jokes, and they're printed inside of the mouth there, which is interesting. I love the little drainage pipe. Again, could go up a little bit higher, but the snow here looks great, how that's all collected. The little points here on the windows look great, and as well here, I'm just going to keep saying it, looks really cool how it's collected up there. But again, that angle and how that meets in the corner. You've also got some more shingles, and I like how that's all around this little spot jutting out with the one window. And you've got another curved chimney. Also up front, you've got a lamppost. But now let's go ahead and let's step inside first ever Lego Zonkos. I love the checkered floor here. I think that looks really great. In the corner there, you've got some flamingo flame boxes all stacked up with a little minifigure statue. You've got there the Hickoff sweets, another little box of those up at the top there, and just a bunch of just random items for sale here. Over here on the other side, you've got a pumpkin as well as the dung bombs and a little toy. And now this is the last time you're going to hear me say this, but look at the angles there. I love how that looks on the inside and just the open space that you've got going on. You've also got this sticker up at the top for this nice little design on that 1x6. You have these lights hanging there on the sides, as well as you've got in the corner a cash register with a regular frog. And here you have some nose-biting teacups. So let's look at the side builds. This is the horse-drawn little carriage here for the minister to arrive at Hogsmeade to have that meeting at the 3 broomsticks. I like the design of this here with the snakes. I think that's cool, as well as the monkey kid hilt pieces there and the new clips for 2025 being used as well. Also, you can see that the whole inside is fully interiorized with the dark red. You can detach this from the horse there. And as well for the horse, you can even remove the saddle. I guess you could have a character riding the horse, but also included is this little white piece here as well that you can put there to complete the horse. If you don't know how Lego horses work, after the 90 years of Lego, you can actually move the head here up and down as well. So here's, in my opinion, I think this is my favorite figure in the set. We're going to start things off here, and you'll understand why. We're going to go in order of the films, but this is actually from the video game Hogwarts Legacy. They designed the outfit here that you see for the uniform for the Zonko's shopkeeper, which looks really great. I love the dots and everything here on the back. The collar, I love the bow tie and the collar, how that looks on the front, the square buttons. It's an incredible design, and I love when they're referencing that game. I've been saying for years they need to do more. It was the biggest game of the year, most selling game when that came out. I don't get what Lego's waiting for. Anyways, you've got a little coin there, as well as the face, and the hair, I think, is a cute little inclusion there. You've got a smile on one side and this upset expression on the other. Here is Mrs. Flume, and she looks great. I love the torso and legs that they've created for her. She's using Molly Weasley's face there, which is fine. I think it works well for her. Removing the hair, you could see she's got this yelling expression, and she's got a little candy in her hand. Mr. Flume being locked away to the previous Hogsmeade set is a real shame. Here is Madame Rosmerta, who looks good. I like the outfit that they've got here. They gave her a black dress. I think this face is much more fitting for her instead of using Bellatrix's, which is kind of confusing, but removing the hair, which I think works perfectly. She's got this smirk or this sort of fighting expression on the other side. The torso is so detailed. I think this looks really great. And here, next up, we've got two really bad figures continuing through the Prisoner of Azkaban. We've got Professor McGonagall, which normally this figure would be fine. It's not as detailed as the most detailed Hogwarts versions of her that we've been getting in the other professors. No arm printing, no dress printing, and the hair there, it's fine. Like, it just is such a boring figure for a collector's series set. The face is fine with the smirk and the upset expression on the other side, but she has such a cool and unique winter outfit for when she arrives at the Three Broomsticks. Why didn't they include that? Here is the Prime Minister here, Cornelius Fudge, who is laughably, and I say laughably, horrible. This is the worst figure in the set. I don't get this. The torso's fine. The bowler hat's fine. But he's clearly had some work done because he looks like he's 30, maybe even pushing 20. This generic face introduced from Star Wars does not fit him at all. They could have included any old person face here. There's some that exist, and I just don't get the thinking behind including this face. It's insane. For a collector's edition set, this is this guy? How? Here is Harry Potter, and his outfit here is based off of Order of the Phoenix. It looks great. I really love the hood here that he's got there on the back sticking out of this black jacket. You can see a little bit of that sticking out there. This is actually the same outfit that he has on from the Harry Potter Series 2. We mentioned that just recently talking about the butterbeer, which is interesting. But anyways, he's got the scar, of course, a smirk on one side, and this upset expression on the other. Here is Ron Weasley, who looks great with this new jacket printing there. I love the plaid design as well. As you can see, a little bit of his outfit sticking through underneath. This is one of the few occasions that we actually get an adult Ron. He's mostly locked away in big sets, which I've seen a lot of people complain about over the years of me reviewing Harry Potter sets. But the hair and hat combo, this is first introduced from Dreams. It's been recolored here in dark orange and then dark blue for the beanie. I think that fits for him. He's got a smirk on one side and this upset expression on the other. Here's Hermione Granger. I love the torso that she's got with that purple scarf. But besides that, she's got nothing else going on for the legs or anything. And again, it's hard not to compare this to the actual minifigure series because it's from the exact same scenes and everything. But she's got a smirk there and this fighting expression on the other side and a really detailed back torso. All right, so I just want to do one more thing before we move on from the trio here. Like I was just talking about from Series 2, let's upgrade them and show you. And look how much better they look. Am I saying I expect dual molded legs and side leg printing and feet printing? No, not at all. But for a collector's edition set, it would be pretty nice to be getting that here. Here's Draco Malfoy, and I really dislike this figure. Because this isn't actual collector's edition set, he should be having a new outfit. You know, I've sort of come to accept the face being used. I don't think it fits for him. I think there was a better face that they created specifically for Draco, and they just don't use it. Anyways, he's got this angry expression on the other side, but the outfit that he has on would have been cool. He's got like a black collared shirt underneath this outfit there for like the jacket. It's a missed opportunity. Here is Professor Slughorn, who looks great. I think the torso that they've created for him works really well. Obviously would love some leg printing, but I think it's so detailed with the bow tie and the vest. The face works well, as well as the hair. I really like the Superman hair there in light gray. He's got a smile on one side, and on the other side, this sort of, I don't know, upset or generic Slughorn expression, we'll call it. This is obviously the craziest figure here in the set. This is Katie Bell. She looks great. This hair being used for her, I think, is very fitting because obviously you saw before, while she has a smile on one side, she's got a pretty scary expression on the other side with the pearl blue eyes there and the mouth open while she's screaming, the hair moving. It's crazy. This torso, that's actually the same torso that she uses when she's younger in the Diagon Alley set for this year. But if I remove the hair here, you could see that she's got some back torso printing there with the hood and the scarf printing continued. Also included is this transparent little stand to actually have Katie Bell flying up in the air possessed, which I think is really creepy that they included that. We needed the bridge. We also needed the cursed necklace here, I think. And here is Aberforth Dumbledore. This is his second appearance in a Lego set. The other time was in the Hogsmeade Advent calendar. So this is really cool. I think that it's great to have, important here, especially because you've got the Hogshead included for the first time as a physical place as well. Removing all that, you could see the face. This is actually exclusive to Aberforth, and it only appeared in the advent calendar. But the torso is brand new there. Looks really great, as well as the leg printing looks awesome too. It's extremely detailed. Here's the last thing that I want to say about the minifigures here, okay? So in total, there's 11 figures, and 3 of them are just reuses here. These 3, they're nothing new, just literally plucked from other sets. Ideally, this needed to have more people. I think Dean and Ginny would be a good start to add to this here because of their scene in the 3 broomsticks. And this is the only Ginny we have from the Order of the Phoenix. A wintry Flitwick would be another good choice. And same for Hagrid, since he does actually carry away Katie Bell. Mr. Flume, as mentioned, should have been included here. And just for fun, we'll throw Fred and George in here too. I feel like this would be a much more solid lineup. Compare this to the Arkham Asylum set. That is $100 less than this set. Has 16 minifigures, and of the 16 figures, there are 21 new prints. If you look at these figures here, of the 11 figures, there's only 10 prints. That is insane, and that, to me, lies the problem with this. I'm just going to remove Fred and George because those are sort of a reach figures here, but I feel like these 5 could have and should have been here. If we add the printing that would be required here for these figures, 5 new prints for the new torsos, that still only brings our total up to 15 prints in a $400 set versus 21 prints in a $300 set. The math is not mathing. And also just more owls. Like, I don't get what happened here with the owl post. How is there only Hedwig? Oddly as well, there's no collectible portraits included at all in this set, which I feel like for a large set, there needed to be some of these. Anyways, everyone, that is my review of the Hogsmeade Village Collector's Edition set. I think this is a beautiful set. Really well made. I love the shops, all the angles and everything here. It's an incredible build that I cannot recommend enough. The price, however, though, for the minifigure selection and actual quality of them is extremely disappointing. I think that there needed to be more for this, for the price that they're asking. Maybe the bridge. It just needed more here. That is not to say that this is not an incredible build. I don't want to take away from that at all because I really love this, and I love as well how this connects to the gift with purchase again this year. I think that's really cool. Just little elements of this. Getting shops for the first time. This is a incredible build. But what do you think of this set? Are you going to be picking this up on September the 1st? Be sure to subscribe, turn the bell notification so you don't miss out on future LEGO Harry Potter set news and reviews just like this one. At the end here, I'm going to link 3 things. The Diagon Alley review, the Gringotts review, as well as the new gift with purchase, again, that ties to this. But I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Hope you all have a great day. See you all in the next one.